The technology sector over the past couple of years has been considered as one of the best places to invest your money in the long run to make it grow as much as possible. One of the companies that has greatly benefited from this bullish movement of the past 5 years has been the business Meta. However, recently we've seen that Mark Zuckerberg's company has been on a certain decline. So is it a good time right now to buy a few more shares of this business? This is what I'll be answering in this video, where I'll make a full stock analysis on the business Meta with the ticker META. Initially known as the Facebook, this company was founded as a simple way for Harvard students to connect together, as well as sharing information and viewing the profiles of their peers. Throughout the past 20 years, however, we've seen a rapid growth of this social media that has now reached over 3 billion monthly active users. But these past couple of decades, what has been pretty interesting about Meta is that they have ramped up their different social media acquisitions, notably by the acquisition for only $1 billion of Instagram in 2012. And this now makes that Meta currently has the 3 largest and most used social media platforms in the world, which are Facebook, WhatsApp, and Instagram, that each have over 3 billion monthly active users. However, what some of you might not know is that Meta isn't only a simple social media company, but it also massively invests into AI and also into their virtual reality labs. While this last one hasn't been super profitable these past couple of years, on the upper end, the AI revolution seems to be quite an opportunity of a lifetime for all the big tech companies to enhance user experience, to boost advertising efficiency, and to power new hardware. Meta has been massively investing into AI over the past couple of quarters, where we can see that in their latest earnings report, their capex or their capital expenditures have been of about $20 billion, while this money is invested for the long run to improve certain of their features, such as their AI chatbot and assistants, their advertising, and their content recommendation and ranking, just to name a few. This important capex has been one of the reasons behind Meta's recent decline. Indeed, with Meta objective to invest at least $600 billion in the US infrastructure and jobs by 2028 to improve their AI infrastructure, this obviously increased their total costs before monetization, which makes that this scared a bunch of different investors to potentially invest in this company in the short run. In the meantime, their Reality Labs branch, which is composed of the metaverse, has been facing important losses over the past couple of quarters, where in their latest earnings report, we can notice that this branch only has been losing about $4 billion of value, which has forced important layoffs and restructuring in that division. And even if Meta has been able to show and to outperform the analyst expectations over the past couple of quarters, it often has some lower guidance compared to certain of their big competitors. And so all of these reasons are pretty much behind the recent dip that we've seen in Meta's shares. However, by taking a look at their latest earnings report, despite a massive decrease of 83% in their total net income due to a gigantic increase of their provision for income tax that has been caused by the implementation of the Big Beautiful Bill, they've still been able to greatly increase their total revenue year over year by about 26%, up to $51 billion. However, it is important to understand that this gigantic increase in their tax provision, where they currently have an effective tax rate of 87%, will only happen one time because of this Big Beautiful Bill. In fact, even if this bill will slash a big chunk of their total profits for their latest earnings report, it is also said that it will greatly lower US cash taxes in the long term, while it will also incentivize AI investment in the US, which will obviously benefit a company such as Meta. And on their part, we can see that the analysts of the ranks aren't really scared about these recent news, where they currently have a potential upside seen on this stock of about 33%. But now let's see what different valuation metrics and evaluation models are telling us about the true intrinsic value of this company. Valuation-wise, we can see that since the end of 2024, Meta has only gained a little bit of value, going from 1.44 to about $1.56 trillion. However, when we look at their price to earnings ratio evolution throughout that same period, we can see that it has been well diminishing, going from about 30 to about 27.44. And the same is also applying to their forward PE ratio that is now sitting at only about 20.83. In terms of their profitability, we can see that Meta has some excellent profit and operating margin of respectively 30 and 40%. And they've also been able to achieve some great return on equity over the past 12 months of about 32%. Revenue-wise, this business over that same period has been generating some revenue of about $190 billion with some great quarterly revenue growth over the past quarter of about 26% year over year. But as I mentioned earlier, they've also seen their earnings growth diminish by an impressive 82% year over year. One of the great things about Meta is also the fact that they have a lot of cash, about $44 billion on hand compared to a debt of about $51 billion. And so their total debt represents a debt to equity ratio of only 26%, meaning that they are not too much dependent on it. Now to determine what is the volatility of the company, so how does the company will fluctuate over time, as always we'll be using the beta on a 5 years period. And so with a beta of about 1.29, we can understand that this company will tend to fluctuate quite a little bit more compared to the overall market. While however, over the past 52 weeks, we can see that it has only gained less than 1%, while the market has been up by about 15%. For the income investors, you must know that Meta might not be the best options for you, but it is still interesting to note that since 2024, they've been paying a dividend of only about 0.34%. However, with a super low payout ratio of less than 10%, meaning that in the near to long term, if they wanted, they could decide to increase this dividend. Now has come the time to determine what is the true intrinsic value of this company, and as always, to help us with this task, we'll be using different valuation models. Starting out with the Peter Lynch one, which is a simple formula where you add the future growth of the earnings per share that are predicted with the dividend yield and that you all divide with the price to earnings ratio. And with these hypotheses, knowing the fact that Meta isn't distributing a lot of dividends at the moment, it would mean that this company would currently be overvalued. As I mentioned previously, since Meta has only started to pay some dividends starting in 2024, we don't have enough data to use the second model, which is the dividend discounted model. But for our third model, which is our discounted cash flow model, we will simply discount all the future free cash flow of this company to find what is its enterprise value, starting out by finding what is our WACC, so our weighted average cost of capital. So we need to find the cost of debt, the cost of equity, and the cost of debt and equity to find our WACC. And with this WACC, we can find that the intrinsic value of this business would be showing that there would currently be a 14% upside potential on it. Then for the two last models that we'll be using, which are the Graham's original value formula and the Graham's revised value formula, we can find that with the first model, it would be showing that the company would be massively undervalued. And on the upper end, with the second model, however, we'd find that it would be slightly overvalued. As you've been able to see in this video, according to most valuation models and financial metrics, Meta would currently be quite undervalued right now. For me, even if Meta right now is spending a big portion of their cash to invest in their AI infrastructure for the long run, Meta remains the #1 social media companies in the entire world by far, and with the use of social media that we now have, it is clear that it will remain an essential company to our economies over the next couple of decades. So the recent dip that we've seen in their valuation only represent an opportunity for me to add a few more shares to my already important position that I have in this business. But now, if you're looking to find what are different companies and ETFs that I personally hold in my own investing portfolio, well, check out the video that's gonna be right over here, and I will see you soon. Peace.